The fuck are you doing right now?
I just sit here.
Ladies,
and wait to see what happens.
I've got my mustache braid stash.
Your braid mustache.
I got my braid stash.
Ladies.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Shahida.
Hello.
Y'all, look here. We're going to get right into this shit. Because for the first time in my life, I have taken notes.
Nice.
On the friggin' Married at First Sight episode.
Well, I was trying to give you guys commentary the whole. Did you watch any of those things?
I watched all your videos.
All of them. We got to put those out on YouTube. It was fucking hilarious.
No, he needs to put it on our YouTube page.
That's what I'm saying. They were for you ladies, but I was like, oh, we should do this. Like,
no, but next week, listen, I think next week we should live watch it and live it. Like we should watch it together live and just IG live, huh?
2 weeks. I'll be in New York.
Oh, that's right. You're
gonna yeah. So you'll be gone. I'm gonna miss you.
So next week is just me and you, Shahida. Just you and me.
Well, we can do it on Monday too. I'll be back on Monday.
I'll be on Monday.
Yeah, we can do it on Sunday if it's
Well, yeah. Sunday I'll be driving. I'll be driving from the DMV back to Massachusetts.
No, this Sunday. Oh, okay, never mind.
This Sunday I'll be driving home.
Not this Sunday, the following Sunday, the 27th.
That's Sunday he's talking about.
Oh, we can do that.
Yeah, we can do it.
They can wait a couple of days for Married for Sight, then on Monday we can do our thing. Anyway, lots of things going on.
All right, so let's start with the least most couple, Brett and Ryan. Let's get their asses out the way. Let's start with Brett and Ryan. Yo, I'm gonna say this right now. When Brett and Ryan went to get their massages, and I saw those masseuses looking like a hot ass mess, I was like, oh, okay. I wanted to fist fight Merla, but when I saw those masseuses, I was like, yeah, that's a straight up retirement home.
Oh, I didn't. You know what? I don't think
you got to pay attention to masseuses with Brett.
I saw them. Hey, old lady masseuses are sometimes really good.
They weren't old lady masseuses. They were average age masseuses, but they had on like friggin' moo-moos. Like,
okay, yeah, I do.
I don't like massages, but if I'm going to enter a massage, I'm going to need you to come in with your shit right and your hands right. And your
as long as you rub me the right way and rub me the right way.
Don't play. I be waking myself up because I like fall asleep and I'm snoring. I'm sorry.
But it's Married at First Sight, so you know that they have to have a conversation. They can, if it was a real world, then you can lay down on your table and he can lay down.
They seem to enjoy it.
And you can't talk, and everybody's rubbing you down. But when I saw those masseuses, I was like, that's terrible. Terrible, horrible masseuses.
So what about them? Like, did you have any further impression?
I felt nothing with them. Nothing.
Some off.
What?
Some off. Remember I said, in my thing, I said, some off of that boy.
Well, listen, I'm going to make this very clear. Everybody, I've always known, and I've always been told this from my family members and friends, that your eyes are the windows to your soul.
Mm-hmm.
And when he looks at her, there's nothing. When they show him his eyes, there's nothing there.
Yeah, he doesn't light up. He doesn't light up when he sees.
No,
he doesn't.
And they had that conversation when they were getting their massages, and they were talking. All he said was, I'm a very sexual person. And she was like, yeah, whatever.
But she's a sexual person too.
She what?
She said she's a sexual person too.
Right. But she ain't on his level. Because the way he was talking, I think that might be in his head. He wants to fuck right now.
So say what?
I said, what level is he on? Because he thinks he's a sexual person, but I'm thinking he thinks he's better than what he is.
I told you that boy has a real. He thinks he is a Don, the man. He really does. Because he even said, I'm a cocky, then I'd say if you're a cocky, and then maybe we'd have another date. I'm like, dude, do you think you are? He thinks he's the top gun, the top choice.
Mm-hmm. King Dingling.
I'm not feeling anything from him. He's not smooth. He doesn't know how. He's so awkward in conversations. So I'm not getting anything from him.
I'm not feeling
it. They seem to be physically matched together, and she seems to like him, but I think she's just holding off a little bit on like, slow your roll there, buddy. Slow your roll. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's just like, I'm just waiting. I will like my wife better once I get the ass.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's pushing for. He wants to know what's going to have sex for the rest of his life with his wife. That's what he wants to know. Because he's like, yeah, I like her or whatever, but how's the punani? That's what he wants.
Right? How's that poontang?
That's what he wants to know. That's why he keeps saying, I'm sexual. And getting in the bed with his shirt off.
I am a sexual person. And I give him that. Brett, it's Brett, right? Yeah, I give Brett that. He's got a good little body going on.
She's Brett.
Oh no, Ryan. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Brett,
he's Ryan.
Brett had her one-piece suit on. I was like, ooh, no, baby. That's the best you can pull out.
That was her favorite bikini. That was her favorite outfit. I was like, really?
When you said I pulled out the best thing for the whole time I was there, I'm like, is that the best you can pull out? Your arsenal? And he's coming to the pool with his pecs and everything. I'm like, ooh, bitch, you ain't getting fucked tonight.
Oh no, he'll still fuck her.
Oh, of course he will still fuck her.
Right.
But she's not fuckable. If I had to look at her, I'd be like, yeah, I ain't fucking you. You're unfuckable. So
I just don't like her choice of outfit.
Of course, and with that hat, when she had that hat on, I was like, ooh, you look at her.
They seem to be, matched together, kind of.
They're uninteresting.
So uninteresting.
If they make it, they make it. If they don't, meh.
I don't care.
Who cares? I don't see much going on.
Yeah, nothing. Let's go to the next couple. And I got my notes here. So
okay.
That's it, right? We're just off. We're just off them.
We're off Michaela. We're off Brian and Rhett. Or Ryan. What the fuck? Brett and Ryan.
You want to talk about Jose?
I remember their names.
Yeah, I'm fucking up everybody's name.
You want to talk about Jose?
Let's go to Jose and Rachel. Jose's gay. And that grab ass shit. Like, I don't do that shit. There's shit with all that fucking cleanliness. He was always on her neck, grabbing her neck, kissing her. They were kissing each other. He's like, ew, ew. That shit would drive me batshit crazy in less than 10 seconds. And I guarantee you, Rachel is going to go ham on his ass in like a week. Because she's going to be like, give me my space. Because they've already had the conversation of the money.
Okay. Go ahead.
He acts like a gay man saying, what would a straight man who's married, what kind of husband would he be? Mm-hmm. And what do I have to do? He acts like a gay man trying to be a straight man being a husband. Does that make sense? He wants to be the perfect guy. He wants to compliment her all the time. He wants to paint nails together and brush teeth together and do everything. You're beautiful and all that. It's like he you know what I mean? It seems forced and it seems like an act to a certain extent because, and I said in one section when he goes, when Gil started talking about the thing and he goes, oh, wait a second. Hold on 1 second. Did you see the hand movement? Mm-hmm. Did you catch that hand movement?
I had to go back and look.
Sure did.
I was like, oh, Jose.
So gay. Jose.
I think he's fighting against being.
I still can't say that. I still can't say that he's gay.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I don't even see any like man vibes. Does that make sense? Like
no.
Like I get that.
I can see man vibes, but I don't see because I'm particular in what I want. And I don't see any man vibes. I see man vibes, but I don't see man vibes that's gonna entertain me.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, as far as like his, not his sexuality, but like,
I don't need him all up on me every minute. Like,
oh, so you think like that's more of a woman thing?
And kissing me and talking about, oh, I'm going to take care of you and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And I'm like, yeah, no, we're good here.
I think he needs to calm down on his role. What he thinks his role should be.
He's doing too much. He's doing the most. Let me get my notes.
So he needs to calm down on his role and realize that, you have to go in kind of, a little bit smoother and feel her out a little bit more. I understand that you do want to take care of your wife and you have that envisioned in your head, but you're living in a situation where you're dealing with a whole different personality. You have to find out what that is yet. And I understand. And I feel like I'm really impressed by Rachel because she really is addressing things that upset her.
Yes.
Whereas I didn't think that she had the balls. I didn't think that she was enough to do that.
Right.
She's spitting it. She's telling it.
And when she had that discussion about the finances,
the teeth.
Yeah, when she had that one, that was really good. But when she had the one about the finances and how she felt like it should go in, I think she needs to kind of like loosen up just a tiny bit on that, because if he makes more and he already has more, that you are marrying into that. So it does become yours. I understand that it is a difficult transition, but she needs to calm down just a little bit on that.
They don't even know their finances yet. They'll get into that in a couple of weeks.
Right. But he has like he was saying how he wanted the swimming pool and all that, and she was like, well, I can't contribute to that with what I have now. I want to live within my means. But your means is his means now too.
Let me say this. When she said to him, because he brought it up to her first and talking about, I have my house, you should move in with me. And he was like, I'll take care of this, whatever. I'm on team Rachel on this one because I don't give a fuck who you are. And Rachel was brutally honest with him and saying, I am kind of reckless with my money. I want to go to Europe. I got a credit card just to go to fucking Europe. And I was like, girl, I feel you on that one. But at the end of the day, I think Jose wants to control everything.
Yes.
And I am a firm believer. Look, you can be the man. Like when Jose said, I want to be the alpha male and I want to be the man of the household and do all that. Great. Do you, nigga. Excuse me. But I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm on team Rachel because never in my natural life ever again. I did it once. I will never do it again. I will never let anybody control my finances. Period. End of story. I will give you, like Rachel said, Rachel was like, I will have my own bank account and my own savings, and I will give you money. We can have a joint account that I'll put money into it that will pay our rent, mortgage, and all of our bills. But I want my own shit. I respect her for that because I did that one time. And when the one time I got married, I put all my money into a joint account and I got shitted on. So I will never share my money with anybody. If I decide to get married,
nobody advised you not to do that. No one advised you not to do that.
Exactly.
No, I didn't have that advisor. I was 27. I was 29 when I got married.
I was 20.
Well, I didn't have that. I didn't have that shit in my life. It was like I was raised up in a, let the man take the lead. So I let him own everything. Mm-hmm. So he took all my money after we got divorced. I made more money. Let me shut up right now.
No, with her, I know. I agree. I agree with her.
I'm saying I agree with her fully. I will never in my natural life ever give all of my money to any dude. I don't give a damn how good he is.
Right.
We can have a joint account to take care of our mortgage, our rent, our bills, but your money is your money and my money is my money when it comes to socializing. I'm good.
Right. I agree. And I think that, he's going to have to compromise on that. Not the whole, we put all of it in and it's shared. No.
And I don't think he wants to compromise on that.
Right. And let her have her comfort level and, her money, because you don't know how things will work out. But I also think that Rachel needs to, and I get how she feels about this, but it seems like she's not used to anybody wanting to take care of her.
No.
Yes, a very independent person.
No, I think that Rachel has been in relationships because she's communicated that on the show, where she's been in relationships and shit just went south. So Rachel is guarded. I think Rachel is guarded with him. I think Rachel is guarded, but Rachel also has that mindset like, this is what I want. He's everything I ever asked for. But when he's with her and he's all grab-assing her, I'm sorry, he's a stage 5 clinger. And I don't like it.
He acts like a woman who has a gay best friend who they say, hey, you want to get married? And he's like, yeah, let's get married because I want to have a kid maybe. And she's like, okay, it's her gay best friend.
Right.
I'm telling you.
Right.
It's like her gay best friend. And they're like, arm in arm and stuff like that. And like, oh, you're so cute. Girl, you look good in those with those nails.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, he's not. I'm telling you.
When they have a conversation about the animals, they were all in.
Juxtaposed next to Johnny going, I was looking at that ass. And the guy with Brett saying, Brett going, I'm a sexual person. And then Gil going like this and the other. All of them have said things alluding to when we're going to do it. And Jose is like, hey, girl, let's get so-and-so together.
So you don't think they've had sex yet?
No.
You don't think that they will?
Absolutely not.
I mean, the way they're all over each other,
no. I think Jose and Rachel have done the hand grabbing and all the huggy kissy and tonguing down. Maybe they've had like relations where hand job or maybe even a blow job.
Nope.
Whatever. But I don't think they've consummated the marriage.
No.
I don't think there was any sexual
There's no sexual chemistry, no sexuality between them at all.
None.
Cuddling this, that, and the other, and all that kind of stuff. But I'm telling you, gay best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Gay best friend. He acts like her gay best friend.
And I have a gay best friend. But my
gay
best friend ain't trying to fucking grab ass me and tongue throat me. No.
Well, he's doing that to show that he's not gay.
Yeah.
It seems like he's doing that.
If he's gay, he would be doing that.
He's doing extra stuff that you don't need to do. Like, why are you? It's like she's beautiful. I'm like,
and he's always in that shit with the whole kiss, 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 grab. I'm like, this turned me off.
He's doing it like, how would a straight man act if he was into his wife? That's what he's doing. That's what it seems like.
But you've never seen guys that are like in long-term relationships, I know somebody personally who, when I actually first met them, I was like, he's gay. And then I found out he had been married and had children and everything. There are some men that have those feminine qualities.
Yes. Yeah, that's fine. And okay, but I'm saying right now, from what I know, what I can see so far, maybe that's the case. He gets the benefit of the doubt, but right now he is not looking like a very straight man to me. With his mannerisms, he's very particular about things.
Agreed.
I don't know.
There are men that are like that.
Yes,
that are very particular about their clothes, and they're not into other men.
Okay,
it's
that's
a
fine.
Possibility.
Of course, it's a possibility. The benefit of the doubt is that he's not gay, but he's certainly acting like doing some gay things, or at least he's like the best friend. He's like
episode today or this morning or yesterday when he showed up with Johnny picking out outfits.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Because Johnny was like, there's one guy that I know that would help. There's one guy that I know that would know about outfits.
I'm going to call Jose.
Like, yeah. Oh, that's cute. I was like, Jose.
And I was watching the whole time like, no, don't. I'm like, Johnny, don't buy her anything because you don't even know her. Maybe you've known her 10 years ago. But at the end of the day, if I don't know you and I married you at first sight, don't buy any garment for me.
Oh, no. He knows that she's a bikini junkie. And I think that's sweet of him to get her a bikini because they had that whole bikini conversation. Are we going to get into Johnny and Bao now?
He didn't give her a bikini. He didn't give her a bikini. He bought her a fucking muumuu, a fucking whole shirt.
Yeah.
Right. He didn't buy her a bathing suit. He bought her a whole shirt. And she was like, oh my God, it's so big. It's like XXL. And you didn't even friggin' take the price tag off of it.
Yeah, that was not.
So let's get into
I think that was a setup. That was a Married at First Sight setup for them to go into, a store getting a gift. They suggested that, and they filmed it, and they said, well, who would you want to have come? Well, why don't we have you and Jose go and buy a gift for her?
I think that's they had to puff up the bromance.
Yeah, I think it's a setup, but still, yes, I agree with all that stuff.
But I still think it was a nice gesture for him to do it. I mean, even if he came back and it was too big or whatever, you could exchange it or whatever. I would have thought it was a nice thing to do.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's the difference between me and you, because I don't want no man unless you've known me for a lengthy amount of time. You are not buying me a shirt, an outfit, a dress.
Okay, Mirla. So,
oh no, you didn't.
That's something the Mirla.
Oh, I know you didn't just call me Mirla because I am not Mirla. So we'll go back.
If it's for good intentions, if he's buying you something,
we'll go back to
that. If he's buying you something with good intentions, even if it may not your size,
why would you waste money if you don't know?
So what do you want to waste money on you? You don't have to like it. You don't have to ever wear it. But it's a nice gift.
Always exchange
it. Exactly.
No, I
just
can't
go
do
and
that.
get your.
And you're getting to know your wife, and you want to make a good impression on your wife too. Your new wife, and you kind of know her. So yeah.
All right. So let's talk about Johnny and Bao. Here's the thing. I'm gonna do a duo. No, Johnny and Bao and Brett and Ryan. Hot ass fucking Key West, Florida. And why y'all motherfuckers out there in long sleeve, button down shirts, long pants, and shoes? It's hot as fuck out there.
Maybe they were there in the winter months.
No, it wasn't. It was hot because the
because
other
when they
Merla and Gil, Merla and Gil were talking about how hot and hazy and humid it was. No. It's never cold in the Florida Keys.
Yeah, but that's dressing. That's not talking about their character. Let's talk about who they are. Johnny, are we talking about Johnny and Bao now?
Go ahead, because you want to.
Let's talk about it because I am obsessed with Johnny and Bao.
Are you not a fan of Johnny and Bao now?
I am a fan of Johnny and Bao.
Shahida, we know you a fan. Shahida, are you a fan of theirs now?
Sorry.
Still not. Even after the
Shahida! Even after this episode, you're not a fan of Johnny and Bao? After Johnny laid his emotions on the table,
hold on a second.
I cried when I watched this shit.
Tanya, hold on. Shahida, go ahead.
Sorry. I like Johnny. There's something about Bao rubs me the wrong way.
But after this episode, when she
let her finish.
Okay. Go ahead.
I find her a bit annoying.
Yes.
I don't.
And so I hope that she gets better, or I just hope that it's just like, a blip on the screen. I do like them as a couple. I don't love them as a couple. There's just red flags for me when it comes to her specifically. Okay. And like the whole conversation, like even what Johnny said, every time he feels like he gets to a comfort level with her, bam, she breaks out with something that is really kind of like minuscule on a scale of things that she wants to complain about. The snoring thing and how she went back and how she went to camp And when she was telling that story, I'm like, is this bitch even telling the truth? I just, so you've been a big snorer all this time, but you never kind of like brought it up to him, like, at any point. I understand that she's very sensitive about it. I probably would be sensitive to a point too. So I'm glad she said it to him, but she just seems annoying.
But why would she bring it up to him? She didn't know him until they got married. I mean, she knew him before, but why would she bring up the snoring issue?
Not bring it up to him, but like that story just seemed like really convenient. It probably is 100% true, but I'm just saying she just seems annoying. She was ready for it with this story from back in camp. So all these years, you've had this thing about snoring. You never tried to get it fixed. You never wore the thing on your nose.
What do you care about that shit? She wasn't trying to be married to nobody. She wasn't trying to be intimate with nobody like that.
So she slept in people's beds before. If she was really, really kind of antsy about her snoring, she probably would have addressed it by now.
No, because I snore. I felt every bit of Bao's story. When Bao cried and told him, Bao was vulnerable with him and told him about that, because when he was joking with her about her snoring, I knew that hit her hard. And then she had to come at him, and she was vulnerable with him. I snore. I'm not Bao. I snore. And if you want to fucking sleep with me and you want to be with me, this would come to territory. I got a shit ton of other issues to worry
about. And he said, I'll just have to adjust to it.
Right.
So he adjusted to it. And
right.
What I'm saying, Sheeta, also, I wouldn't date Bao. I could not date Bao myself. but I can see the two of them. If anybody's going to be with Bao, and if anybody's going to be with Johnny, it'd be Johnny and Bao.
Johnny and Bao.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm in love with, their compatibility, especially because she's not a touchy-feely person. And did you see her all up on his shoulder like this? For a non-touchy-feely person to be that like this, I was like, yo.
I believe
they look like they're on a honeymoon. They look like they're on the honeymoon. They look like they're working it out, or there's an attraction. He's attracted to her. He's like, yo, my wife is banging. And
when he told her that on the picnic,
Johnny was a player. She likes that too. She likes that Johnny was like the man and this, that, and the other, and ghosted her. So she gets respect from that. And I think that's a great combination. The tradition. Okay. There's only one person for Johnny. There's only one person for Bao. Because as a woman, I don't know how you would date Johnny. And as a man, I don't know how you would date Bao.
I would say Johnny because he's Asian, and he's, and not that he's an Asian, but I wouldn't date him because he's scrawny. I don't do scrawny. I'm my own scrawny ass. I ain't dating a scrawny ass man.
Well, let's talk about the bikinis too. I'm like, she buys
those bikinis.
Bow's a little. She got a little freak.
She got a freakily.
A little bit, because you could see them having. Like, he was like, oh, about the bikinis. And she's like, yeah, I kind of admit that I have these bikinis. And 90% of them have not been worn. So she looks at them as lingerie. And I was like, yo, interesting. So I could see them having their own special bikini dress sexual
runway
thing. You know what I mean? Or whatever. And that's the compatibility that I was talking about. Of like, with the Conan O'Brien thing, it's like, that's my hall pass. He's like, I'll let you do that. She's like, oh, yeah. And he's like, if I can watch. And she went, oh.
She cuts her pearls real quick because she's like, oh, shit, Jesus.
But he pushes her just a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
He knows what he's doing.
Pushed, and he's just trying to, let me work with Bao. I think he likes his situation with her, and there needs to be real adjustments. But I really think that she's a lot more open than I thought she would be. She was when I first thought it was going to be more like Mirla about being so don't touch me like this. She's really opened up and been a lot warmer than I thought she would be. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I like that.
I dislike her.
Huh?
And I dislike her. I really do. I could hang out with her. You know, I know a couple of women that are similar to her. I find her annoying, yes, but I just don't. I like them a lot as a couple. I think they will make it, but she's just annoying to me.
I don't know if they will make it because at this stage of the game, I don't know if any of these couples will make it.
You don't?
But I'm just no. I don't know if any of these couples will make it. But what I will say about Johnny and Bao, and I'm going to end it here on this with Johnny and Bao. I'm like, I fucking love their banter back and forth. I like it. I think it's attractive, and I like it for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think for the both of them, just like he said, he had over 100 first dates.
Yes,
100 first dates.
Yes,
and he didn't want to go. He's forced into marriage. He needed to be forced into marriage, just like her with 3 engagements. She needed to be forced into marriage. And
right.
if there's one person in the world, if you can't make it with Johnny and you can't make it with Bao, you ain't gonna ever get married to anyone.
And if y'all two can't make it together after you've known each other,
that's my point. That's what I'm saying.
And they were like, we told everybody, we've known each other like 10 years ago. If y'all can't make that shit work, we're done here.
I don't know who else they would marry. I mean,
exactly.
There's no.
In the great state of Houston, Texas.
There's no one else that's going to marry either one of those people.
No.
So I'm glad that they're forced into this.
Yes. So
I do think that they are the most compatible.
Yes.
I do think that out of all the couples, they are the most, and they both are, like I said, they're both on their own and together. They're people that you want to go to dinner with. You want to hang out with them. You know, I like them as a couple. I really do. I just don't. I'm not in love the way you guys are yet. I don't look like when they were they did a little picnic thing and it was nice, but I didn't get the all feelies for it. I don't know.
Oh, I got all feelies on that shit.
Yeah.
I was nervous at first because Johnny laid his emotions on the table.
I fell asleep.
It was the editing.
I don't think I saw the end of it.
It was the editing.
I don't think I saw the end of it.
The whole show, that part. Because that was the middle.
Johnny put his heart on the fucking picnic basket, fucking whatever the fuck. What do you call it there? The shit you lay on the fucking table or on the grass.
Having a bromance with Johnny. Well, yeah. Maybe.
Oh, you're right on that one.
More like a man crush.
Mm-hmm. But Johnny put it out there. He put the fucking blanket on the fucking beach. Oh, here we go. Oh, Lord. Not Mr. Roper. Not Mr. Roper with his old gay ass.
Oh, my God. See? And he wasn't gay, but he had gay tendencies.
Yes, he was.
Oh, Mr. Roper was gay as hell. Are you kidding me right now? Mr. Roper was gay as hell.
He was married to the woman, right? Mrs. Roper.
For what?
But in real life, he was gay.
I think on the show and in real life, he was gay.
No, I remember he was always calling them fairies and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it was funny.
He's homophobic, because here's another generation. Anyway, forget that. Anyway, so Johnny and Bao, I like him. I think they're gonna work. We'll see. I didn't see the end. So you want to talk about now? You want to talk about
Let's talk about. Hold on,
Michaela, or you want to talk about Mirla?
Listen. Let's just end the shit. Not end the shit, but let's go to the last one. Not the last one.
There's two more. Michaela and Zach.
Let's go to Michaela and Zach.
Yeah, because they weren't even on there that much.
Michaela showed her ass.
Go ahead, Sheila.
I put that. Listen on our thumbnail for YouTube. Wait for it when I put it on there. I'm not even gonna show it to you.
I missed that
thumbnail on YouTube. Michaela's face when it was like Zach tested positive for COVID. I was like, why are you upset? He tested positive for COVID. You tested negative. What I would have done, instead of Michaela flying home to Houston, what I would have done is I would have insisted for Lifetime, put me in another hotel room. And that way I can FaceTime my husband. I'm not going to Houston. I'm not flying back to Houston and having his ass sit in the Florida Keys for 2-3 weeks. I'm going to stay here. Give me my room.
Why do you think that she didn't stay?
And we're going to FaceTime all day. She went back to Houston and she was
that
salty.
Or the store or the
I don't know whose decision it was, but she went back to Houston. But when they were in the room together last week or this week, and he's like, I tested positive for COVID and she didn't, and they fucking freeze framed her face and she was salty as fuck. She's like, she wanted to stay with him. She's like, I can't. But she also was a little bit selfish because she's like, I married you and now here we are. And now you tested positive for COVID. And now my life is uprooted because of your bullshit.
I think it was very selfish of her also he's trying to protect her from COVID.
Right.
And she's like, oh, I didn't get married to not have my husband. I can't even be with my husband. I'm like,
right.
Why wouldn't you appreciate the fact that he's trying to protect you, A,
right.
and B, just like what Tanya said, get another room so you can, I don't understand.
So I thought it was a show that had her go home. Maybe I was just giving her the benefit of the doubt because I did miss things because I was kind of getting dressed. But I didn't understand why she went all the way home. Like, she could have stayed and been with the other couples, enjoyed the time there.
Listen to me. She could have went. Oh, I'm digressing. She could have went to the pool by herself because Gil's big booty ass, black ass went to the pool by himself with all the other couples and was spilling the tea on his wife. Michaela should have went to the pool and hung out with Gil, and that could have been a whole new couple right there. Let's mix it up, bitches. Let's mix it up. Because for the fuck. Oh, okay. Let me go back. Let me go back to Michaela and Zach before I get into Merla and Gil, because I'm about to go ham on them too. So I'm thinking Michaela should have went to the pool. She should have stayed. She should have insisted to the Lifetime people, I'm not leaving my husband. Because honestly, with Michaela, my brain set is if I have to leave and go back to my hometown, that motherfucker is not my husband anymore. We're done here. I can't bond with him. I don't know who he is. I haven't had a conversation with him, with the exception of we got married at first sight. We're out of sight, out of mind. Out of sight, out of mind for me. And I'd have been like, when he got out of quarantine and came back to Houston or the hometown that we live in, I'd have looked at his ass and be like, yeah, bro, I don't know you. Yeah,
what? Why would you do that?
I would absolutely do that. That's how I am. I am so shallow like that it would never work. I would never do that. I'd be like, bro, we're done here.
He's sick.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit if he's sick. It's not his fault. But I haven't had the opportunity to bond with him.
But she left.
You have a lifetime to bond with him.
Do we know if she left on her own accord or it was the Lifetime production company that let her go?
Even if that was the case, she has the autonomy, I would imagine. Even if they said, I don't want you to be here, she would say, if she said, I want to stay with my husband and be in another room, I am sure they would make it.
Made that work.
I don't know about all that. I don't know.
Why would you say that work?
Like, I don't want to be away from you.
I just think at this point, it's all about the drama and all about the bullshit. I would, if it were me, if I was Michaela, I'd have been like, I'm not going back to Houston or Boston, whatever the fuck. He can stay in the room, but I'll be like, Lifetime or whoever the fuck's paying for this shit, put me in another room.
Right.
And then we can FaceTime him every day.
In any of those situations, whether you stayed and you're in a different room, you would leave him. That you didn't have that chance to bond. I mean, you could FaceTime, you could talk, you still have that.
I'm not getting on a plane and going back to the fucking city and state that we married, because that's a different nut. If I was in the Florida Keys, we got married at first sight and we went to the Florida Keys at a hotel room and he got COVID, I'm not going back to our home city. I'm going to be like, I'm staying here, Lifetime, married at first sight. you gonna get me another room, and then me and my husband are gonna FaceTime. You don't have to put us on the show. You don't have to put us on the show. Like, you have to put us on the show to figure out, you know, how we're going, because you got other people to deal with. But I just want to get to know this man, because if Lifetime would have said to me, you're going to have to go back to Houston or Boston, guess what would have happened? I'd have looked at my husband as I'm leaving. I'd have looked at him and be like, yeah, this isn't going to work. The divorce
is different.
Wow.
I don't understand.
Because I don't, listen, I can't be with you. I married a stranger.
He's sick.
I married a stranger. I don't give a fuck if he's sick or dying. If I got to go back to my house in my state or my city that I live in,
no.
and I'm not building a rapport with you, there's nothing there. So let's end this shit real quick.
Listen to this question. Listen to my question first. Because
I don't think I'm the same deal.
Hold on.
Listen. He has COVID, right? So if you decide to stay and get another room, you can't go into his room. You still have to wait. You still have to FaceTime him. You're not going to be like up on him, but you're still going to be FaceTiming him. So whether you go home or not, you're still going to have the same exact type of communication with him as if you had stayed in the room next door.
Right.
How is it different?
If I'm there, it's different. If I'm there on the property, it's different, because I can walk, because I'm that bitch, I'd walk out to his balcony and be like, come outside with your N95K mask on, and I'll be outside on the thing and be like, hey, I'm here. Wait, let me finish. I'd be like, I'm here. I just want to let you know that I'm here. If I gotta go back to my home state, I can't do the most. The most I can do with him is FaceTime him. At least if I'm still there on the property, I could send him a bottle of wine with a note.
You could send him a bottle of wine.
No, I will not do that shit from my home state. Ain't gonna happen. Never gonna happen. If I'm there, I can do the most with him, and I can stand outside of his balcony and sing and dance and do whatever, and be like, "Hey, I'm here."
Oh, yeah. What if
once I get sent home? Nope. Once I get sent home, it's a wrap. I'm done.
That would be even. It seems like it would be even more frustrating for her, because she wanted to stay with him while he was sick. So her being this far away from him, and she can't even touch him, would probably even be more frustrating than if she went back to Houston and had to just do FaceTime and get to know him that way.
No.
So,
and people have gotten to know each other extremely well
on FaceTime.
By FaceTime, by email, by texting. I mean, I don't think that.
I couldn't do it. I'm just gonna end this one on Zach and Michaela. I just couldn't do it. If I was Michaela and I had to go back to Houston,
if I made that decision to marry that person,
I'd be talking to Pastor Wow and Dr. Pepper and that other bitch, and I'd be like, "We're done. Take me out."
If I went on that show to marry somebody, that's my for better or worse moment. I'm not gonna leave my husband because.
But I'm not going to leave my husband. Herein lies the issue. I'm not leaving my husband. You can put me in a room next door to him, and I can talk to him through the wall, through the fucking balcony, whatever. You send me home on a plane home, and I can't have that. I don't have that visual of him, possibly. If I'm sitting on the fucking the grass or the pool and I can look up at his balcony and see him, and I'm at home, you send me home, this marriage is a wrap.
How do you know he sent her home? He just didn't want her.
I don't know if he sent her home. Maybe the network sent her home. I don't know.
So why are you blaming him for it?
You went home.
Why are you blaming him for it then?
He went home. It wouldn't be me, because I'd be like, if you want to send me home, send me home. But guess what? This marriage is not going to work, and just fucking end us right now.
Okay.
That would be me. That's me. That's my thought on this. Because I can't, listen, I'm marrying a stranger.
We got it. We got it.
All
What
right.
about Merla and Gil?
Let's.
You saw my face. As soon as
I want to.
I was like this.
Her ass all day.
As soon as
Let
she
me get
came
my
on, I
notes.
was like,
Let me get.
I don't want to hear a word out of your damn mouth. I want you to. She complains about everything, but if he were rich and he could provide her with the things that she wanted, the Gucci bags, the shoes, and he was rich, and she said, I don't like so-and-so, and he said, shut up. Do you want to go on this trip or you want to go to Greece or not? She'd be like, okay.
Yes, Daddy.
So I think she's testing him to a certain extent. He's the nice guy trying to like be patient. There's two different ways you can go about dealing with Merla. You can either be, try to like manage her and make her happy this way that Gil's trying to do, or you can be like, hey, look, do you want to make this work or not? If you don't, keep on talking.
Or,
you don't, shut the fuck up.
You can say, I'm the motherfucking man. I am the motherfucking provider for this relationship. Shut your fucking mouth, and this is how this is going down. Period in the story. I think Merla is that bitch that wants to test men. And if a man stepped up and was like, bitch, even if he doesn't make as much as she does, or makes a little bit more than she does, all she needs is a man to be like, yo, this is how it's going down.
She doesn't respect him yet.
No. And when, let me get my notes up. Why was Gil at the pool with the rest of the couples?
I like Gil. I like Gil.
I love Gil. But Gil was Oprah. Gil was the Oprah at the pool spilling all her tea.
I don't blame him. If she'd have got her ass down from where her high horse in her hotel room, thinking she was working. Old person's resort. Right. She has an obligation. If your husband's going down there, the rest of the couples are there. Get your ass up.
Get your ass up.
Down to the damn pool.
I agree
with you. What was her reasoning for not coming down?
She didn't have a reason.
She was working. She was working because I took notes. I'm looking at my notes.
I remember him saying she was working, but I was wondering.
He came down to the pool and he said to them, Merla is up in the room because she's doing work stuff. She's doing work stuff.
I think that was an excuse.
Dick. Listen to me.
I was wondering if it was an excuse as well.
Bitch, you don't own your own company. She's a social worker or whatever the fuck she does. And listen to me. She didn't have to fucking work. That's me. Oh, shit. I dropped my phone. Keep it.
She didn't have to work?
She didn't have to work.
Oh,
she should have. Okay, she should have come down, or at least
have to work. She went down.
Tanya, hold on. She should have at least gone down there and said with her husband, "Hey, y'all, can't stay. I have work to do. This, that, and the other." Showed her face with her husband, and then gone back to do what she needed to do. But all she does is complain about everything.
Everything. Let's even get to the point where he did the most when with the champagne and the what do you call those things?
The cookies.
What do you call those things? I don't know. I'm not extra like that.
The cookies.
No,
the macarons. The macarons.
And she was like, "Oh, she was appreciative of it." And then he was eating the cookies, and he's like, "I'll be good with like chocolate chip cookies," but he was eating the cookies. She's like, "But she's like, you steady pulling these cookies and eating them." He's like, "Because they taste good, but it's not I wouldn't."
It's fancy.
He
likes fancy.
He called it bougie, and I was like, "Oh my!"
She went into this whole big thing about like I love macarons. I do.
I do too. Favorites. I love them too. But I'm like Gil. I'm like Gil too. I love macarons.
Go ahead,
I still like my old fashioned.
Hold on. Go ahead, Sheila.
I think Merla has an idea of what a classy person or a person with style has in her head. Like, it can't be just a regular cookie. She might not even like that damn, macaroon, but she's going to eat it and suck it up because one, it's expensive. Two, there's a label to it, so she wants to feel like she's important. I don't think that she really has any real clue about like the lifestyle that she really thinks that she wants. So she just is like, It's like me, because I don't drink. I don't have a clue. The very first drink I ordered, someplace was a martini, and I almost died drinking it. Oh, that's her. She's just gonna pull things that she thinks that rich people do or bougie people do and say, that's what I like. I don't think she really has an opinion on anything other than what she wants to pretend or put out there to people. And her complaint.
She has an idea. You're right. She has an idea of what it's supposed to be, just like she has an idea what her wedding is supposed to be, or her husband is supposed to be, or what her honeymoon is supposed to be. And if it doesn't fit into what she thinks it is, it's not right. It's not right. Oh, really? If he had brought her chocolate chip cookies, she'd have been like, oh, I don't want these. But the macarons, okay, well, they're fancy, so I can.
Exactly. It's like she doesn't really, I don't think she really knows anything. She has no depth to her.
No,
none at all.
And like listen, wait, before we end, I just gotta say this one thing. What did I say? Oh, we gotta talk about one final thing, two final things, and then we'll let this go. Merla with the ring. When she took her ring off, her wedding band off, and was like, I need better than this. I was disgusted. I wanted to sucker punch her right in the throat. I'm gonna let that go. I don't need the answers. What? Go ahead.
This girl on like Instagram. Can you see that? What she said about her? Can you read it? No. But she said Merla keeps talking about how bougie she is while wearing Shein fits. You know what Shein is, right? Do you know what that is, Chris? You don't know what Shein is?
Shein?
It's Shein.
No.
It's this dress company from China. And a lot of people get their like clothes and they're like $20 for a dress. And that's that's where Merla gets her stuff. She looks like she's just an H&M, Forever 21, a Boohoo chick. You know that site, Boohoo? Well, anyway, these are cheap sites where you get like supposedly like, clothes, like what's the other, Fashion Nova. That's what she seems like. But she wants to pretend like she's bougie and she has something. She's horrible.
The worst. She's so rude.
She's so rude. And I can't say
how Gil, it's so interesting to see how Gil, because he has the patience of Job, it seems like. Because he's smiling, he's easygoing. He's like, okay, well, remember, and he says specifically, well, my wife is very particular. He already knew from the first day of the honeymoon. He already knows what he's going to be dealing with for the next 30 years if he stays with her. That I got to deal with this woman and this kind of attitude whole time, unless she changes her tune, or unless he puts it on her, or something needs to change where she respects him, or something needs to change better, or she loosens up. Because right now she's an ice queen and a bitch.
She's horrible.
Rude.
There is nothing about her. And I think that's the worst part. It's like you want to be this, princess, but you are so rude and nasty to people. And she doesn't respect anybody.
She's one of the stepsisters. That's what she is.
She's fucking horrible.
Cinderella's stepsister.
She is. She's so nasty. There's like nothing redeeming about her.
But before we end this, I gotta go there because I watched Married at First Sight on my DVR. But when I get back to the episode, it's like Lifetime, is it me? Or Lifetime movies are out of control. The Lifetime movies that they're airing on Friday and Saturday night, it is Harry and Meghan escaping the palace. I see the previews. It like shows up when I press play. Mm-hmm. Harry and Meghan escaping the palace. Do you know who your boyfriend is? And Killer Cheerleader. All I know is not this weekend because I'm gonna be on the road, but next weekend when I come back, I'm gonna be watching all kinds of Lifetime on Friday and Saturday night because I want to watch all this fuckery. That's all
I
I'm
didn't
saying.
really watch their movies, but I know that cheerleader thing is a big one because they.
Well, that
they
cheerleader thing is a big thing. And do you know who your boyfriend is? Ooh, so I just had to put it out there for our stands because I'm like, are y'all seeing that shit too? Because that's just kind of fucked up. But I'm gonna watch it. And I wonder why my mama loves her Lifetime. And I'm gonna get in my mama's ass and be like, really, bitch? We watching fucking Kill a Cheerleader and Harry and Meghan escape the palace? What kind of shit is that? All right, Chris, look at here. We gotta let you go because you got to do your thing.
Time to go. That was good though.
Yeah.
We'll see how they all turn out. There's a lot more coming.
Nobody watched the previews for next week, right?
Nope.
No, I don't think I even finished.
We don't watch previews anymore.
No
okay.
previews.
All right. Because I was like, all right. I didn't watch it, but I was like, I'm.
But you can watch Unfiltered, and that has the interviews with the three of them about the episode you're watching.
I started to.
I watched the last Unfiltered, and I was like, after 5 minutes, I was like, this does nothing for me.
Mm-hmm. I didn't watch it because I'm not that interested in any of them. No, I'm not that interested in any of them. But anyway, all right, next week.
All right.
And have a good weekend, guys.
Have a good weekend, everybody. We love you. Married at first sight. Yes.
All right.
Well, all right, guys. Have a good night.
Good night.